Good morning, YouTubers. Dave Funk coming at you here. It's the day before Election Day. Hopefully this thing will launch ahead of that. But one of the things that I saw on recently as an update alert was one of Hillary Clinton's personnel that's on her staff, or one of her people there, is involved with it's called like spiritual feeding, whatever, and it's a very grotesque witchcraft type demonic participation where urine and semen is involved, and they actually consume this. And then Bill Clinton has also once professed that Hillary Clinton remains in touch with, like, Eleanor Roosevelt, who's dead, which would be the necromancing is what that would be. Okay, it's participating, speaking with the dead. Many things here, guys, are about to come upon people. Our ignorance is not going to be a bliss. I'm going to tell you that right now. This whole thing about what you don't know can't hurt you. I'm telling you what, the enemy, Satan, has really taken advantage of this mindset in people. And man, you know, I'm wondering if there was a way that that you could take a look and see how many people in this world have got their head in the sand and are ignoring the spiritual stuff that's going on and saying, you know, it's not going to happen to me. I'm telling you what, you know, I've been researching this for a long time. And there's other people who've researched it a lot longer than I have. There's a guy named Steve Quayle. He's been researching all this spiritual garbage. And I shouldn't say garbage, because, you know, this spiritual stuff for like 40 years. And people were saying, you know what, he's a nutcase and all this stuff. But I'm telling you what, guess what, guys? He's got top-ranking generals in the military that are observing some of the most bizarre instances of the supernatural creatures. They're talking about programs, UFOs, aliens, reptilians. Guys, if you study the Word of God, you're going to find out that, you know what? This is not far-fetched. What's happened is we have been taught that it's far-fetched. And, you know, just to the average Christian, I would echo what L.A. Marzulli says. He says, you know what? You believe that a man walked on the water who saved your soul. That's what you believe. If you believe in the Bible, you have to believe that, because that's in there. You believe in talking donkeys, because that's in there too. You believe in a guy walking over and pulling money out of a fish's mouth. You know, you believe that a man was swallowed by a whale and then spit up, and then he preached a salvation message. You know what, guys? You ought to take a look at what you believe in, because it doesn't zap your comfort zone so bad. And then you might want to say, you know what? Maybe what I need to do is for kind of, you know, put on the back burner all my inhibitions about what I've learned, and then take a serious look at, you know, what might really be going on out there. And in that, another thing you can look at is this. If you look at the Sumerian, I've done this on a video before. If you look at the writings on the wall, the Aztecs, the Incas, the Aborigines, and all these, and Chinese, you know, they talk about creatures and dragons and stuff. Greek mythology, and I don't really want to say mythology, they're talking about these beings that were produced when the fallen angels had sex with humans. Guys, you know, things are not like you think they are. we have really been lulled into thinking that things are that they can't get, really any worse than other than just, men fighting against men, and that being your worst nightmare. No. This is much worse than that. And we can't sit back and use any wisdom and say, you know what, what's going on out there is limited to our understanding. No, what's limited to your understanding is your safety, and you're not safe. There is so much more going on out there that meets the eye, and people have been calling me a whack job. What was neat though is I had someone last week come up and just apologize to me because I was telling them how all the wicked things that our government are involved in, the occult. They're involved with the Illuminati, mock child sacrifices, if not child sacrifices, and he just kind of scoffed at me. But then when this WikiLeaks thing came out regarding this, and that there are high leaders in our government and our government's aides and the Clinton Foundation, that these people are involved in this stuff, he came up to me and says, you know what? I am so sorry. He said, I had no idea it was this bad. And I looked at him and I said, you know what? It's a whole lot worse than what you think. People, it's a whole lot worse than what you think. The problem is we're like these frogs that have been thrown into a pot, and it's been slowly starting to simmer, and it's getting to the temperature where we're numb and dumb, okay? But we're still alive. If you're still alive and kicking, you have a chance. There's a ladder in that pot, okay? There's a ladder in that pot. It's starting to get hot. You're starting to get numb in the head, and we have been for years, but you could climb out of that pot and say, you know what? I know this stuff freaks me out, but you know what? I will endeavor to investigate and find out what's really going on. I will endeavor to investigate and find out what's going on. I say this, what Chuck Missler had said. Someone told him, condemnation before investigation. That's like saying, you know what, this doesn't work. I don't want to hear it. You've condemned it before you've investigated. And a lot of you people out there, are condemning stuff because you're in your comfort zone. I am your friend. I am much more of a friend to you at this moment than many of your friends are, many of your pastors are. If they're not telling you this stuff, they are not your friend. Or they might be, but I mean, this stuff warrants looking into for your safety and your family's safety. Gosh, God, I know this sounds crazy, but you know what? When you investigate it, it's all there. It's all there. Wow. And you sit back and you go, holy buckets, holy smokes, this is so mind-blowing. How can this possibly be true? It is. Like this ancient aliens thing, guys, they're moving the stones for a lot of these pyramids around the world and a lot of these megalithic structures. Guys, how did they move them? Man didn't move them. And they still don't have the technology to move them. You know what? There's answers for it. But you got to get ready to be blown away. These gigantic stones. The pyramids weren't built by slaves, guys. Come on. Those stones are way too huge. But I'll tell you what. There's a lot of other things that do make sense that are beyond your understanding right now. But if you investigate and get out of your comfort zone. I'm going to leave you with that word. Get out of your comfort zone. Because you know what? Your comfort zone is going to lie to you, and it's not going to lead you to the truth. It's going to lead you to a place that leaves you like the dumb frog that is stuck in the pot. You're at the point where it's going to boil, and you're just going to be fried, and you ain't going to know squat. God bless you guys. Get wisdom while you still can.